Hey, let me do a test. One, two, three. One, two, three. Can everybody hear me okay? Let me ask a question. I sent a special video out. Who got the special video in the email? Who got it? What did it say? Jerry, you didn't get it? Adam, or if you listening, where would they have saw that video? It's sent via email? Yeah, it came by email. Well, let me tell you what I was thinking. With today's action, I said, let's go for a gusto trade, sort of August, September type trade. Okay. And it, Adam, are you here? Mallory here?
I'm here, T-Buzz.
Yeah. I'm trying to give us some feedback from that special video.
I mean, they'll just have to look for an email. There's multiple emails. So
What was the subject line? You remember?
a message from T-Buzz or something like that. 1 second. Yeah, a message from T-Buzz.
A message for me? That was the subject line. Anyway, my idea was it's the end of August, starting September, and I thought of a way we the odds were in our favor. It's not obvious, David. What I'm trying to figure out, if I want to send something out this good, I want to be able to get everybody to open it. That's why I'm asking these questions, okay? Maybe a subject line, let's trade now, T-Buzz, or something like that. I don't know if that would get your attention or not. I'm just trying to think, okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. I got a trade I want to do. Jonathan, were you given the trade I wanted to do?
Yeah, Tim, I got the trade right after the disclaimer and then your opinion.
Oh, okay. All right, folks. That's me. There's the disclaimer, says past performance is not indicative of future results. That's a good place to have this. Okay. P says anything with T-Buzz's name on it has my attention. All right, in my opinion, here's a unique opportunity that I'm going to give everybody if they want to listen. But this is a trade I think that you want to do, and I've given myself enough time for it to work out. So let's go to it. All right, let's talk about it. I'm going to do it in tasty trade. So let's set it up. It's a SPY trade. So the symbol SPY. Debit call spread expires October 17th. So I got to go to trade. Let me do trade. Okay, and I want to go to October 17th as the expiration date. Okay, got it open October 17th. I want to do the 670 call, want to buy that. That's currently about 312. And I want to do the 75 call, sell it. I could do it for $1. And so that's $1 is equal to one contract, 100 shares be $100, right? Everybody got it? That's a trade I'm doing. I'm hitting review. And I'm gonna send it. Okay, I'm filled on that trade. Now I'm gonna go over to positions. I'm just walking you through what I'm doing here. Go over to positions, and I'm gonna find that SPY trade. I just found it. I'm gonna highlight it, hit close position, full position. I'm gonna close. Jonathan, what target we set on this?
$1.39 to 44.
All right, well, I'll sell it at $1.39. What's 4 cents among friends, right? Okay. $1.39. Okay, trade is set. Now, one thing I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to change it from day to good to cancel. I'll never have to set it again if it hits, right? Review. All right, so that trade, with me walking you through it, okay? Walking you through it took about a minute and a half. It's a bull move, Carlos. It assumes a bull move between September and October. Bruce got filled at $1, and Bruce, be sure to set a good to cancel or 39%. Let's do some math here. If you put $1,000 in, how much money you make? At 39%. 390 bucks. What if you put 2,000 on the trade? How much would you make? Well, if you put 3,000 on the trade, how much would you make? This is fun. You got 3,000 on the trade. How much, what would you make? If you got 3,000, how much would you make? Do the math. How much would you make? Okay, let's go 5,000 on the trade. How much would we make it 5,000 on the trade? How about, would y'all be happy if that happened? Now, what if it went against us? What's going to tell me this trade went against me? If I'm not making money in the next 72 hours, that's what's going to tell me. Then I got a couple choices. If the trade's not making money in the next 72 hours, I could turn it into a buzz fly by selling another 675. Well, might have trouble on a 5-wide. They don't have single digits there, do they, Jonathan?
No, but you turn into a butterfly, and it wouldn't be quite as advantageous to us directionally, but better for us neutrally.
Yeah, if it's not making money, that'd be our choice. We have to take action Tuesday at the close. Tuesday at the close, we got to take action. We're not making money. I wanted to do this trade because I think that it's a trade that really has a lot of opportunity, but you know, every trade has opportunity, but this one's got some downside too. We've got enough time, it should work. Now, let me also say, we're going to put the trade in our Moonlight trading service and follow it there if you're a member of Moonlight, okay? That's what we're going to do. Any questions about this trade? This is sort of a transitional trade from August to September. I like it. We'll see if it pays. All right, Jonathan. This is a testimony from Jim. Repetition. I was once told repetition is how you teach, and I do a lot of repetition with things to make sure you get the points. Okay. Now, the retirement center. I had about 4 or 5 people that joined. It's totally free. How many people here are not in my retirement center account? Or retirement center, totally free. How many people's not in there? Bob, why aren't you in it? Well, we're gonna put the link in there again. Let's do it again. SP's been in the beginning and making money. He likes it. Okay. So everybody take a time. I'd like to see this number go of trying to get 1,000 people in there right now. When I check my retirement center, let me see how many I got to start with today. We start with about 190, I got 204. Somebody made $500 off my advice today. That's worth joining the retirement center. September 28th, I'm shooting to have Tom Sosnoff come into Sunday night and give us some insights from his side, how he sees people in their retirement accounts and the different strategies. So that'll going to be an interesting conversation. Okay? September the 28th. Does everybody know who he is? John, you can be in the retirement center and get the advice, though. You got money. Join. Take some of the advice. It works for regular accounts, too. Sam says, tasty man. Yeah, everybody can join if they want to be in my retirement account. Get an account with Tasty Tricks or we'll train from there. No, the program, if you need a referral link for Tasty Trade, email Roe at DTI Trader, okay? Perfect. All right, Jonathan, why don't we go through this? I'm gonna let you go through it this afternoon. Go through it, tell them what you see. I'm
Well,
gonna chime in.
this was updated 13 minutes ago, so I'll update it again at the close, and Tom will get it printed for you at that time.
Thank you.
We got the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Dow all long above their first 3 days high. At the training trade earlier, we saw that the earlier in the day, we saw that this week's low, I think it was 62, 63, 62. You can see that they respected that month open there on the S&P 63.59. All positive signs in this overall bullish trend run. Crude oil short. Tom's been saying short for quite a while. Silver is long. Tom says he earlier expects silver to lead gold higher.
Let me speak of that. I've got a trade in silver. I got a trade in silver. I'll post in Futures First and share with you. Y'all want it? Anybody want that?
Well, you know what the answer is going to be to that, Tom.
Well, I just asked if they want to see what I did. I'll be glad to show it. Okay. When we take a little break, Jonathan, I'll post it in there, okay?
Okay. There's TLT short right now. Tom, what's your TLT number or what's your long bond number? 115, right?
Yeah, 115. Once we close above 115, I'll do another TLT trade.
Okay. Apple and Amazon are long.
Amazon's back in the green.
Microsoft's an interesting one there. Short. 538 is the high. 535 is the month open. The end of the month comes next Friday for the whole market, of course. We'll see what Microsoft does. But the big focus next week is going to be on NVIDIA earnings, which is on Wednesday after close, the 27th. Probably have some mixed opinions out there in the stock market world of what NVIDIA is going to come and what it's going to do to the market there.
Did everybody get that Tesla trade I put out there? What program was that, Jonathan, the Tesla trade?
That was for the exclusive Zebra, your Project Zebra program.
Yep, there you go, zebras. Wear your stripes well.
Tom, your Berkshire's perked up some here into the month.
Finally, it came out of the doldrums. In it, 3 months of suffering. I was about ready to flip out of it, but I stayed in it.
Lockheed Martin and Hood, unrelated,
Yep.
of course, but too long.
My friend Vicky's doing well. Hey, look at what happened to the Bitcoin stocks, Bitto and IB. But the stock of the day, ETH. I think it was one of my Magic 5, Jonathan. This morning in TNT. Wasn't it one of my Magic 5 this morning?
It was above 41.55.
I'm sorry, where's it trading right now?
Well, as of 15 minutes ago, it was at 45 bucks.
You can't be out of TNT. You missed the Magic 5. Way to go, Kevin. Reddit. I like that stock. That stock's going to be in play next week. Reddit. QQQ's in play. SPY's in play. XSP's in play. There's YETH, that income producer in Amazon, and we got Tesla now as an income producer. These are weekly payers. I like weekly payers. Carol likes to go out a month. Can't argue with Carol's process either. John, will you check that out that Jim's saying on Telegram, Project Zebra?
Yeah, sure will.
How do I decide between Tesla and TSLW? Well, if I got an IRA, I throw TSLW in there. If I've got a regular stock exchange, I do a Tesla in a regular account. Train and trade. We'll be doing it all in September. That's Adam Mowry's idea. I want to give Adam credit. Y'all give Adam credit for telling me to do that. I didn't want to do it, but I'm doing it. All right, let's look at next week's education. Using zero dated options as a tactical strategy that every trader should use. There's actually what I believe there's 3 great trades on the SPX each day. That window that I picked, we had a guy this morning, that's doing great. A lot of guys are, but one guy in particular had a small account and he was so excited. I showed him how not to day trade. The other one is during the middle of the day, there's a great trade. And then there's one on XSP near the close. You got 3 opportunities a day. I hadn't taught the one in the middle yet. That's the icing on the cake. You know what icing is? It's good, isn't it? icing on the cake, as they say. They don't. People who signed up for this didn't know I was going to do that, but I got one in the middle of the day. Now, why did I designate Tuesday as trade day and the 5 reasons it worked? 5 reasons it worked. This is an important lesson on Tuesday, trade day. You know, I pushed Power Program last week and last couple of weeks, and people are telling me, tell everybody about it. It's a great program. So we talk about it every now and then, but look at what it's done. And what I like about it, it's done that in a very difficult market run. That's how powerful the Power Program is. It's alliteration, right? Power. Isn't that great? Oh, Uber. On Wednesday, we should have a trending month and a trending week, and I'll show you how to follow that process along for your next big ones, big trades. Thursday, we'll talk about making the transition from August to September, how the market looks forward to the week after the first week, and how to prepare. That'd be Thursday. Another great lesson. We got some great lessons next week. Wrapping up another successful month at DTI and why it's important to be on board for September. In fact, I'll have a special webinar on Monday. I hope y'all attend. Ought to be a good one. Now, we're recording all our train and trade recordings inside YouTube live right there. That's pretty cool. Now, our small classes. You get a free year of Futures First education if you sign up, and you can come anytime in the year to a small class. I'm going to release my next year classes, but we still got a couple seats left this year. People tell me I can teach them more in 2 days, and I believe in, than they can learn in a year. Jonathan, how are they finding out? That's me doing a class here, a special class I did. Notice the young people. Adam helped me teach it. See that lady on the end? Her son works at Lockheed Martin, and I kept her out of it, dropped $30. And I told her when it was to buy, she got in it. She made that $30 back, now making even more money. Everybody needs to be educated, and never too old or young to start. September 22nd, 23rd, we got a couple seats available. October 6th, itself futures. October 13th, advance. December 8th, futures. So really only a few slots left the rest of the year. Any questions? Anybody has any interest, hold it. Any interest in any of those seats, do me a favor. Put your name, email, and phone number in here, and we'll have Kelly or Jeffrey or Corrine give you a call, okay? Fair enough? If you want to know about how this works, why you ought to be involved, that kind of stuff, you ought to put your name, email, and phone number in there. We'll reach out to you, see if it fits your schedule and the big discount you get off the online education. Next Monday's webinar will be at 10 o'clock, John. 10 o'clock on Monday. Great question. Adam, is there any chance you could give him the link to join that webinar next Monday today, where they could have it posted in here? 5 things to watch next week.
Tom, are you talking about the Labor Day webinar, a Monday week?
What
I'm
webinar
sorry,
are
I
you
got
talking
screwed
about?
up. Forget what I said. I'm like you, John. I'm running on empty here. Okay.
Do you want a link for Labor Day?
Yeah, I was thinking we had a link for Labor Day. Since they're here, we ought to put a slide in there where people could start writing it down and be ready to go.
All right, I'll make a Zoom link where they can register.
How about that? All right. Anybody came up with train and trade like Adam did, you show them a little respect, right? 5 things to watch next week. Well, you got PCE coming out. I think they got their minds made up. We'll see what they say. There'll be a lot of talk by the talking heads, but they don't know anything, okay? I'll tell you the following, okay? It's a big report. We got to pay for it. It's on Friday. I would take a picture of these slides that tells you what to look for. Earnings, NVIDIA, forget all the rest. Earnings on NVIDIA on Wednesday. That option we buy today, if NVIDIA blows out the earnings, you'll be so glad you made that 40%. You could make it as early as Wednesday. There. And John, we'll make sure that's a slide in the future presentations where we can keep reminding people about the Labor Day, okay?
You got it.
Perfect. I just had a brilliant idea. Adam, call me at the end of this. I had a brilliant idea that really is going to increase the attendance, okay? Thursday, we got GDP. I guess we're going backwards here, huh? Thursday will be, this must be an engineer to put this together. Thursday, we have GDP. Housing check next week. You know, housing stocks starting to find a bottom. Strong confidence. And that's going to be a big one. I would watch that report there because I've been wanting to get heavily long, the long bond. Maybe I'll get my signal next week. Okay. Next week's schedule. Monday, 11 o'clock, train and trade, 7 o'clock, futures first. Tuesday, the beta session, 10:45. Adam, I know right now, 8 o'clock, I want to have a special briefing on Monday night, okay? $8 p.m. Monday, I want to do a special there. Tuesday, 9:45, the beta session that kicks off the beta season for SPX. Let me ask the question. Those that joined my SPX, have I delivered so far on the education portion? So far, are you getting plenty of education to understand how to do this? Give me some feedback. Kerry says, absolutely. That's what I was looking for. Bruce says, definitely. Frank says from California, education second to none, said Todd. Laura loves the training. Good. Anyway, Monday night at 8, 9:45 Tuesday, 10:45 Connect Dots, 11 train and trade. Wednesday, we got train and trade. 8 p.m. Wednesday nights. Wow, Thursday, another beta session. Friday, we have train and trade and the weekly wrap. Pretty good stuff. There's the Labor Day webinar and how to get there for the Labor Day webinar. These guys are quick, aren't they? Can you imagine me having to train somebody to do what they do? Be hard to do, wouldn't it? Thinking ahead, posting it there. I love it. Okay. That's next week's schedule.
Now, Tom, before we get into these slides here, you've got a weekend side hustle trade I know you want to issue. And
Yeah, well, yeah, before I get in these slides, why don't we take about a 5-minute break? Let's do the weekend side hustle. And I was going to call you about something else. What else was I going to call? Oh, the silver trade. Okay. I'll post that silver trade in the futures first. Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, you can, Jackie.
And Tom, you want me to just fire off the side hustle trade?
Yeah, fire off the side hustle and I'll go post the futures first trade. Okay.
Okay. And then also, Tom, we talked about a QQQ for one ticker. Are we doing that?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Be back in about 5 minutes.
All right, folks, I posted the trade. Jonathan sent out the trade for Weekend Side Hustle. Obviously, we plan our trades to be able to do that, wouldn't you say? You will find if you plan out your trades, you'll do a lot better than just shoot from the hip. I can tell you that right now. Okay. Buck got both trades. Pretty simple language the way I do it, isn't it, Buck? Very consistent. All right, folks, for 12 years, been one of I call it unmatched way to follow my instincts in any market condition. It has the premier time that if you were sitting with me, we'd be talking about the market during this time every week, every week. Now, T-Buzz All-Stars was the first program I started many years ago. Todd remembers when I started. Morris remembers when I started. We charged $4,500 for a year. No trials, nothing. It was just straightforward. And we've been operating that for at least 7 years now. It's one of my favorite things to do. I call it the weekly trade everybody can get, okay? Weekly analysis, weekly trade on Tuesday gives you a head start on the week and all that. But the T-Buzz All-Star, we upgraded the name to the All-Stars because people said after, I think it was year 3 or 4, they'd made more money following me there than anything else they'd done. It's about the art of trading. I could go either way, up, down, sideways, and I do that on Tuesday at 10:45 Eastern time, every Tuesday. If I got classes, if you're at Sawgrass, I stopped on Tuesday and did the T-Buzz All-Star Trades. The only program I know that no matter what I'm doing, 10:45 on Tuesday, I typically get trained. Probably in 7 years, might have been only 2 days I've been able, or I have to miss during that time period. I think one time I was at a physical for a hospital. Now, stocks move around earnings, news, and rumors. I show you how to educate yourself. Next week, we got NVIDIA. Well, T-Buzz All-Stars, I'll be talking about that on Tuesday, so you ought to be there. A lot of ways you can play earnings. I'll talk about my favorite way. Then Thursday and Friday, you got news on PCE and GDP. I'll show you how I'll play that. You know, most of the time, market spins going sideways, and then you have a day like today, it makes everybody look like a genius. But think about it. Stop a second and think about what I did. I went to the sidelines and said, I'm going to let this market sort itself out. Did I change and tell everybody to get short the market? I want anybody here to tell me I told you to get short the market. I didn't tell you during the last 4 or 5 days to get short, did I? And the reason is 7 out of 10 days, the market's going to go higher in a bull market. Why play against those odds? 75% of all stocks follow the direction of S&P. And I think I kept you out of harm's way if you listened, okay? Now, how does this play out in real life? I have a plan. You need triggers. You need risk control, and you need proper tools. Now, why do I think T-Buzz Pro is so beneficial to traders? Well, it's a real-time snapshot of the week, getting you on the right side of the market on Tuesday trade day at a key time, and that's why I think it's beneficial to you to be part of it. Now, am I going to charge you $4,500? No way. That's why everybody here that's not a member gets a chance to take a dance. We achieve our success by sticking to 5 guiding principles. Every day, what market do I talk about? The S&P futures. Every day, I talk about that market. 75% of all stocks follow the S&P, so let's keep it simple. Figure out what direction the S&P is going and trade with it. Principle number 2, take Monday's high, Monday's low. apply it in Tuesday. What better time to apply it than early in the day, 10:45? Make sure your strategy allows you to sleep at night. Never over leverage yourself. I talk about level bets. We talk about money management inside T-Buzz All-Star. This is probably a lot of missing ingredients that we talk about in here that every program doesn't have part of it. Make sure your strategy. If the odds are not in my favor, I do not trade. That's a cardinal rule. And the odds were not in my trade favor because I'm bullish. I do not trade. Principle number 5, if you're not making money, get out of position. Every day, if you've been with me in person, I'll go through my account and pitch trades that are too much work. I'd rather take the money and put in trades that are paying me. That's a key principle. Developing and fine-tuning what I call the crown jewel of trading services, T-Buzz All-Star. You'll never be an all-star unless you're part of T-Buzz All-Stars. The crown jewel. We help you time the markets each week here at 10:45 on Tuesday. Each week I keep you updated through 3 live sessions. What I plan to do with options and stock each week, where the pivot is for the week, and what things are getting hot and hotter, and which ones are getting weak and weaker, and the education theme of the week. Sunday night planning allows you to stay ahead of the market. I'd rather get a jump on the competitors. Stock targets, trade management decisions. Have to change course if I'm wrong, if news comes out, and our trade of the week on Tuesday. Lesson. Take all the trades issued at Tuesday's live trading account. You will be what's known as a scholarship graduate if you take these trades. 3 to 5 trades overall per week. Timely and important for you to know. Plain English instruction, nothing complicated. You get invited to T-Buzz All-Star members. Sometimes you get invited to special flash meetings I have for other services. I say, hey, invite T-Buzz All-Stars. You don't know that, but sometimes you get a private invitation like that. I got something really educational I want you to learn. Allowing you to adjust throughout the trading week. Been a student favorite because it's helped their account. You ought to see, we did the math on this in 7 years. It's pretty extraordinary what we've done here. Get involved today. We're opening it up that everybody here that's not a member gets to take it. Time for you to become a T-Buzz All-Star. Again, the crown jewel of trading. You like high probability trades, you like to be invited to Sunday night, you like weekly live tradings on Tuesday, and you like flash meetings from time to time that you wouldn't get to go to unless you were a member of that service, join with that pass in T-Buzz All-Star. All right, get involved. Everybody listening, I hope everybody's listening right now. Here's the opportunity to join at the lowest price ever. limited to 50 people that want to take me up on the offer. I'll bring 50 people in if you want to take me up. If you want to join, click the link in the chat. $97, 30 days access. I'm going to do one better. If you join today, I'll do a special session next week to make sure you maximize your subscription. Write that down, Jonathan. I'll do a special session.
Sounds good.
So there's not a reason you can't try this out. $97. Give me a break. I'm going to hand you a trade during next week. You'll be saying, Tom, thank you very much. Call 904-706-3532 or go to dtitrader.com/tbuzz. Sure. Absolutely, Benjamin. $30 days of access for $97. Get started now. Benjamin's a current member of T-Buzz All-Stars. He said, can I come to the special class? I said, sure you can. Now look at this deal. You can try me out for 2 weeks and decide it's worth it or not. How you like that one? So half your subscription, you got a chance to say, it ain't helping me. And the training I'll have is for new members next week. Come in our Telegram channel. Will it work in a small account? Absolutely. One of my students today found out he might be subject to making close to what number? $2,000 a day off a $2 option. I showed him how. Couldn't believe it. Small account. Yes, you can add this to existing, Kevin. Your existing T-Buzz All-Stars can add it. Absolutely. What I say, get joined. $97. Bonus session next week. That's 2 times next week, twice as much as normal. 30 days, $97. If you grab your $97 entry, stay in for the next page because I believe they got a real special way to upgrade to a year for a fraction of normal cost. And Kevin, if you want to extend your subscription, you can do that. That's no problem. dtitrader.com/tbuzz. Come on board, get in the Telegram channel, and 30 days of access for $97. There you go. Pretty cool. Thank you very much. So folks, I laid it out for you. I hope everybody here takes me up on my offer. Polly said he just joined. Thanks, Polly. Good job. I was so happy today. My patience paid off. I told you it would. And now we're going into next week with smiles on our face. And Jonathan, you got all the trades off we talked about?
Sure did, Tom. It was a busy afternoon. 4 trades fired off.
Yep. All right, folks. Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Be sure. Hey, Jonathan, somebody asked a question I meant to cover it. If they want to see the portfolio on Futures First Education, they just fan through the Telegram channel and find it and have the link where we did it. Or do you have the link you can post for them to go get it? in there.
I'm sorry. Say that again for me, please.
You know, I went through the entry level for a certain portfolio for the retirement center.
Okay.
Do you have that link that you can repost it in the Futures First once they come into that room to get it?
I can post the link to your free retirement sitter telegram right now in the chat. I'm a little confused why you want me to
How would
post
they find out the stocks I'm invested in?
It's okay. All of your free retirement education is in the Telegram channel. So just once you join, just scan on through that Telegram channel. You'll find it all there.
It's in there. It's inside there. Somebody asked that question. I was just trying to figure out how they could find out the stocks I'm into. As somebody made the point, you're already making a lot of money. Made me feel good to see that post. Any last minute questions before we depart for the weekend? I got a lot of work to do based off yesterday's lows for next week. I want to get started a little bit on it tonight, throughout the weekend. It's going to be a great end of August and a great September coming up. Are you having fun yet? Are you tired of having fun? Kevin says, smiling from ear to ear. It's /SI. /SI. Here, I'll type it in here for everybody to see. On that silver deal, let me find it. Everyone, I'll just do it myself. This will be my bonus type. There you go. That's how you find silver. What a week. Jim, I know you had a great week. I was happy to hear that. Great finish. All right, that's all I got. It's 4 o'clock. Have a blast with T-Buzz. That's what Carrie says. All right, see everybody on the flip side. Bye.